Hi, I'm Jerry. I'm here to teach you the basics of 3D printing, 3D modeling, and its applications in the real world. This is the MakerBot Replicator Plus. This printer is one of the most versatile printers on the market, and with capabilities of various materials, various print settings, and a very fast print engine and high resolution.
In order to load filament, first you'll look at the MakerBot screen, you'll scroll over to filament and press in the knob. You'll search load filament and press in one more time. Once you press load filament, it'll start to heat up the extruder, and then you just kind of have to open up our compartment, place your filament spool in, unravel the spool a little bit, click it into the center pin, and then take your end of filament and put it into the straw. Push the filament through the straw until it comes out of the end. Once the filament is out, you will basically look to the top of the extruder and basically wait for it to heat up. Alright, so once it's done heating up, you'll basically look at the top and you'll see that funneled hole. Place the filament into that hole and you'll feel it grip and pull down on the filament. Hold the straw flush with the hole and let it pull through. Once it starts pulling through, you'll see filament come out of the nozzle in a thinner form. And then you can press in on the knob for the MakerBot's control panel and tell it that it has extruded. Now to unload filament, you go to the same process. You'll go over to filament, press in on the knob, and then press in on unload filament. You'll heat up the extruder one more time. Once it's heated up, it'll actually just backpedal the filament right out, and there's not a whole lot you have to do. So it tells you please wait. It'll backpedal it out a little bit. You can tug slightly. Don't pull too hard or else you can break the extruder. Pull slightly, and it'll come out in one kind of lengthy piece. Open up your compartment and spool the filament back down by spinning the filament wheel. Press it on the tabs and take off your filament. Close the compartment and you're unloaded.
Let's begin with actually loading a part file.
Before you can load a file, you have to get a file. And so in this instance, we'll go to thingiverse.com, which is an online base for lots of different 3D parts. Up at the top, you have a search bar, and you can search whatever you want. In this instance, the spoon game was happening, so we searched a spoon. Once you find one you like, you're going to click on the file, and you're going to click Download All Files. Once you download all files in the bottom left, it'll pop up with a .zip file. You'll basically drop that onto your desktop. Close Thingiverse, open the .zip file, open files, and then you'll see your STL file. Take that and put it on the desktop. Then you can delete your zip file. Now that you have your file, go into MakerBot Prints app, and within MakerBot's print app, once it actually starts, you can go to the top left, click File, then you'll click Open or Import File. And then from there, you can click on your desktop and select your STL. With your STL, it will basically automatically put it onto the base. If you want to change orientation or change the arrangement, you can. To arrange a base plate, meaning that you have more than one part, you can click Arrange and then choose whether you're going to arrange the project, which will move one thing, or arrange the build plate, which will take all of your parts, put them in the most optimized way. Then, if you want to change how it's oriented, you can select Orient, you can move to a perspective, choose the bottom, then select a plane of the part, and then select how you'd like it in orientation. In this instance, we want that plane on the bottom, so it prints vertically. From that, you can kind of customize how it prints, look at structural integrity things. But once you have a part in, from the second to the top button, you can estimate the print. This will give you a material estimate, a pathway estimate, as well as a time estimate. Before you're able to print, you do need to let our librarians know how long the print will be taking and how much material it uses. But here you can see all that information, like how the pathways will be built, how long it's going to take, and how much material it's going to be using. Once you're ready, you can basically pop up that bottom menu, select a printer, then it will show you a preview of the camera. You can see that the build plate is clear and ready to print. You can press print, and now all you have to do is wait.
Hi! Remember that when you come to do a 3D print, you need to check in with me, Mrs. Spell, or with Mrs. Clark, and let us know that you're here to do your 3D printing. And then when you have everything set up, you need to let us know how much time the print will take and also how much material the print will use. Thanks.